Hi, I'm Lou, another episode of My Car Story. We're here at the Klairmont Collection, and I'm here with Andrew Vogel.
Lou, great to see you.
Vice President of Marketing and Sales here at the Klairmont Collection. What is the Klairmont Collection for viewers?
All right, so we're a private automobile museum in the city of Chicago. We're substantial, over 300 automobiles in about 100,000 square feet. So it's a very big space, done up properly too, not just a big barn with a bunch of cars in it. It's a lovely space. Now, before you go rushing out to come down here and see it, it's private. If you have a private group, we'll do that. Corporate groups, charity groups, all of that. Love to have you. We just need to prearrange those times. So go to ClairmontCollections.org, check it out. That's with 2 Ks. But for now, let's just let Lou show you a few cars. Today, we got a really special car for you.
So some of the things you can't do at the Klairmont Collection is open them up and start them. We're going to do that with one of the finest cars that they have here. What do we have today?
Today is a 1937 Rolls-Royce Phantom 3, custom bodied as they often were, in a remarkable color too, right?
I'll grab the camera as I
let's take a
usually
look.
do. Let's go right to the car. But without further ado, you can see it in the background there. And this is just an unforgettable car. When you see this, it's just jaw-dropping. I mean, you'll see every aspect of it. Let me give you a shot of the front of it, just so you can kind of take that in. Could you imagine looking out your rear view mirror and seeing that coming at you?
So what we have here is a best-in-class show winner at Pebble Beach in 2012. The whole body is aluminum and beautifully fabricated. This is the third body this car has had in its life, as Rolls-Royces were often rebodied through their lives. And this one done more recently, in the 2000s, this was completed. What we have here, let me just show you this because I always find this interesting.
This is a booklet, but go
It's
ahead.
an entire booklet of the creation of this body, but this is the original artwork done by a gentleman by the name of Van Vuren in Paris in 1937 for what this car was to have been. The war came, it never happened, the car wasn't built then, but it's been built now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at, this car doesn't have chrome, it has jewelry. Let's look at just, there's no mistaking what it is coming at you, because it says Rolls-Royce there. The unmistakable Rolls-Royce grille, all the way down to the little piece at the bottom for the potential crank back in 37, and it states Rolls-Royce there, the double R, and Rolls-Royce on the front bumper. And take a look at like the beauty of that angle there on that light. You can get some details on this car that you usually couldn't see, and even the letters in the headlight there, the scripting, as well as just all of the detail and the chrome horns. Take a look at like that, but right
You'll
there.
see some of the detail on these lights. See, these are little marker lights that show you that the lights are running, so you can see this from the cockpit, that these lights are on. Even the marker lights down here have the same thing, so we see that little bit of light that shines up through
Right
that sort of
there.
amber color.
Look at that. Looks like a armor, a shield or an armor. The unforgettable piece as well. Take a look at this radiator cap.
So that one's done out of crystal. It's a Lalique piece, typically French.
Look at that. That's just amazing. I'll give you an angle you usually can't see. I look right down into her face with her hair. And as you look at this, and you get this angle, you can see my hand behind it. How that is clear and shines right through. Just gorgeous. Now, we've already hit you with a bunch of unmistakable, another Rolls-Royce emblem piece there. But take a look at this car from the side, because this is an unmistakable body build. And I have to keep walking back to get this car. I'll let you just meditate on that for a second. That's unbelievable. And the way the door curves around this way, and this angle here, the teardrops.
It's important to remember now, again, I've said it, but I'm going to say it again so that folks remember, this is all aluminum, this body, all handcrafted, as we really just don't see anymore.
Just the split in the window will give you an overall look straight back at this car. So you not only get the, wow, how would you like that sitting in front of you? That's amazing. And as you get a little closer, you can see the reverse light on this side is white. As you go across, you can see it's all red on that side. And even the back bumpers, the look to the back bumpers is just artwork. Usually we wouldn't show you the trunk. Andrew, could you show us the trunk? Would you be kind enough to open that for us?
We've got to see this, because this is not like any typical trunk, is it?
I mean, there's your trunk space, okay? But take a look.
But here, in the lid, is fully fitted with all of its tools.
And Rolls-Royce
In proper fashion, right?
fashion, right. Isn't that spectacular?
So the spark plugs, the valve springs, the wrenches, everything you might need and hope you never do, but it's all right
But they're
there.
here.
Yeah, it's all right
Wow.
there. Yeah.
Okay. What a treat. Let's do that. Let me have you, if you'd be kind enough to open up the side. I'm looking at that. I'm just looking at some of the venting up here. Look at the windshield. Just looks almost like an old train locomotive with the split
does,
down the
right?
center and the flatness. But yet, if you're directly on the side of it, it looks like that.
Right.
And look at this door, the way it opens.
So this is
First of all, Andrew's a human being, all right?
Yes,
And look
last
at,
time we checked.
yeah, and look at the size of the thickness of that door. That's as thick. Put your arm next to it. It's as thick as his arm.
It is formidable too, and I have a hold of it on the side here, but it probably weighs, it's certainly in excess of 50 pounds. We talked about this
Okay.
earlier, but I think it's a very heavy door. Beautiful walnut trim. The leather is exceptional. Even a bit of walnut on the window crank.
Look at that. Look at this. Again, the jewelry of this car. Even the latches are formidable. Look at the beautiful seating in the back window, and the lights to the inside of this car, and what it looks like from the inside looking out. Let's take a look right here. Of course, the driver's side is on the right side because it's a proper car. Let's take a look at some of the, we're using a little bit of a light to see that.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here too. See the lights for the step and then the spotlights. And
Look at the starter and all the details there that you can see. Look at the steering wheel. Just all the, whether you want your horn soft or loud, or the ignition. When we start it, maybe we'll blow the horn here for you. Well, let's take a look at all of the detail with the gauging. The double R on the clock and the double R at the top of the and Concord badge there, like so. Pebble Beach. Look at the beautiful, just look at the view from the driver's seat, looking down, seeing your glass sword ornament. All right, let's take a look at the engine compartment.
so as they did in the day, both sides, of course, open. And she spins, thank you.
There we go. And just spin the
So you can see here as I'm opening this, if you can see, I'll put a little light on the subject here too, but see the way this hinge is made. Can you see that, how it then catches right there and then goes again a little further and then it stops and then we drop the lid there. So we have two inline sixes basically put together. You see the twin distributors for the V12, one for each bank. A lot of redundancy there, but it's a magnificent motor. Certainly for the day, it was a big deal.
Oh, yeah. And we'll take a look at some of these. Of the detail of all of that.
Should we see the other side and then start it, you think?
Yeah, let's open up the other side and then we'll start it. Just even the look from the side of the front of this car. What a stance.
So here we are on the other
Here's your
side.
cap. Take a look at the linkages. Let's take a look at some. Let's look up here. You were mentioning too there's the crank. You can see the crank hole there, and you were sharing with me that up here is
There's the rod for it.
the
There's
tools
tools
for the crank.
to access, right.
And some of the other, here looks like your actual crank
That attaches then to
that
that.
attaches.
And then here we've got some great placards on the firewall.
Let me get over there. Naturally, your patents. Anybody can stop on that. All right. Julio, let's turn it over. Do we want to keep it open just so we can? Go
Yeah,
ahead. I can't believe that's going.
Yeah. So there's your ubiquitous Rolls-Royce V12 that doesn't seem like it's even running.
Let me hear the exhaust. Wow, I am next to the exhaust and you can't hear it. Can we hear the horn? One more time. Nice. Beautiful. All right, let's shut her down. That's unbelievable. That's 1937. Let's
And yet, you could drive it today. You could take this to the grocery store if you wanted to. I mean, it runs that well, starts
It's-
just right. It's a lovely
crazy.
automobile. I know.
how smooth that is.
So there we are.
Let's have you stand right next to it. Andrew, thanks so much for letting us take a look at your Rolls-Royce.
You bet, Lou. Great to have you here.